Well, that cut off awful quick. Oh, Lord. It is a Freaker Friday, and it has been one of those days, children. Y'all are listening to Grammy Mary here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3. Also on, adjust my, good Lord, RealLibertyMedia.xyz. Also on the RLM Spreaker channel, the RLM Tune-In station, and the RLM Internet radio station. And it is a Freaker Friday. Friday the, 19th of August. How, my brain's not really here. And I had to play that little. There was another one I thought of playing, but it would have been a lot longer and a lot more depressing. And holy crap, my cat just did like a shed bomb all over my carpet. Holy crap! In any case, let's see, who do we got? I saw the lovely Mary B was here. Grimmy, thank you ever so much for retweet or tweeting me and retweeting me over there on that Twitter site. And also the effin'. Thank you ever so much there, Mr. Grimner. Let me see if I got anybody over on Fakey Book real quick. I see the lovely Catherine is here. Hey there, lady. How you doing? She had plans this evening, but they did not pan out. And I have another thing like that I will talk about here in just a little bit. Let's see. Woohoo, woohoo. Okay, let me look on the effing site. Yeah, there's Grimmy over there too. Wee-hoo. Hey, Bob Renner, I see you, hon. Dum-dum-dum. Now I'm going to go over to the RLM, because, yeah. Sing it, Bill. Hey, you are welcome, Road Dog. Okay, over here in the RLM chat. Whew, I gotta get my mind in this. Okay. I see Asmo right up top. That's my missionary man. Whee, buddy. And Asmo, you must be sleeping because you work graveyard shift, don't you? Oh, you'll tweet me, baby? Alrighty. Well, thank you, Grim. You're such a tweet heart. Okay, let's see. I also see the lovely barman is here, who is just the most splendiferous bot in the whole wide world. I know I tell you that almost all the time, but god dang it, there are some things that just need to be remembered, reminded, repeated. All those re. And I have been a re all day today. Yeah. Brain's just not here. I also see the lovely Beth A is here. Hey there, lady. How you doing this evening? It's dark 30, your neck of the woods. And looky there, Cowboy Tech is here. Oh, I hope you're hearing pleasant voices, hon. I truly do. I also see Grimner, who is the tweet man. He's so special. And looky there, the lovely Moose Girl is here. And guess what? Later on this evening, Grimner and Moose Girl will be on with the Freakers Ball. So be sure to, if not stick around, then come back. Because, yeah, 2 hours after I am finished, they will be on. And it will be awesome sauce. I also see the lovely Kate is here. Hey there, woman. How you doing this evening? And trust no one. I trust everyone, hun. I trust them all to behave in a manner that serves their purpose. That's how I trust people anymore. I got a harsh lesson in that earlier this year, and yeah, I decided to turn it around, and instead of being very untrusting of people, I trust them all to do exactly what their base moral code will support. Exactly. I also see Chalcedony is here, as well as the lovely Chloe. Yes, Chloe, Bill needs to just sing it. Sing it, Bill. I was singing along with him, and you guys are really lucky I didn't have the mic live. I also see IB Don C is here, as well as Java Doctor 2, the new and improved version. How's them chompers doing, hon? You getting along good with them? You know, I used to work at a dentist office years and years ago, way back when my daughters were first starting on their little orthodontics thing. And, yeah, made the orthodontia cheaper, several thousand cheaper, working for the dentist. But hey, so I know, I actually helped make chompers and get impressions and do X-rays, and wow, I did a lot of stuff that I never thought I would ever do, like have my hands in someone else's mouth on purpose. Wow, and it not be a fun thing. Moving along. I also see Juana Taco is here. Oh, sweetheart, sounds lovely. And I haven't had supper yet because it's been a day. And so I will do that when I get off of the radio. And I'm thinking I have some leftover burros. Burro. I have some leftover burros. And I think I'm going to have some leftover burros with some fresh garden vegetables. I also see P. Bunyan is here, not out there felling trees, eh, darling? And looky there, Rob Works is here. I actually was going to do the whole 420 thing earlier when it was 420 my time zone. And then go figure, they actually expected me to earn my paycheck. And yeah, I was busy. So I didn't get it done. So 420 now, it's 420 somewhere, right? At least in some alternate universe. Damn, booyah! See, I still have the coolest temperature. Ha ha, trust no one. Okay, I also see Alias is here. How's things down under, darling? I did share your link that you sent to me. Was that yesterday? I know my days are just running together of late. God. And I'm here, kind of, sort of, physically at least. Mentally, yeah, well, that's to be seen yet. And looky there, the lovely Mary B from Down Under is also here. How you doing, woman? Thank you for joining me. I truly, you and I need to get together on a Skype session again sometime, just to shoot the breeze. And Grammy, I did download that app. What is that app? But today when I started my computer, it said that it was having an issue, and so it closed that. So I'm going to have to check into that after the radio this evening. And finally, the one, the only, rounding out the crew, coming on over, way over yonder from UCY.TV, is Road Dog. Hey there, darling. How you doing? How's your life treating you? I hope it's treating you quite well, and I hope people are not being too, testing on the last nerve, because, wow, it has been a week of people testing that last nerve. It's plucking a single string banjo, and they're plucking it pretty freaking hard this week. They really are. And part of the icing on my cake today. Yesterday, I know y'all are going to think I'm weird, which is okay, because, yeah, I am. I proudly wear that weird badge. But I am glad everything's okay, sweetheart. And yesterday afternoon, the day was going just fine. Your typical Grammy day, just things going the way what is normal for me, which is definitely not normal for most people. But late yesterday afternoon, I really got this overwhelming feeling of sadness. You ever get those where it's just all of a sudden, just bam, someone hit that button? And I found out why this morning. Or at least I'm thinking this is why. Because I am kind of weird like that. People tell me I'm off my nut, and that's okay, because you know what? Every goddamn oak tree out there is because of a nut that stood its ground. So, in any case, we were chit-chatting at work this morning, and someone said, "Did you hear about the shooting in Hayes?" Hayes is my hometown. I know, yeah, it's changed a lot since I grew up there. Grown quite a bit. It's still not a big town by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe 50, 60,000 people when college is in session. Not real big. Pretty big for western Kansas, but not real big. So when you have an officer-involved shooting, everybody in this whole half of the state perks up. Everybody. And you know why? Because a lot of us have kin or we know someone there. Well, that's the case. Um, Maintain my composure. A routine traffic stop eventually escalated into an officer involved shooting Thursday. The reason this really bothers me is this young man that was shot went to school with my oldest daughter. Kindergarten all the way through high school. And he is a sweet young man. I mean, young man for me, because, well, 36 years old is pretty freaking young. I apologize, I'm not going to be able to read it. But, hi, Vinny. Joey was a sweetheart. Joey was mildly autistic. He was a functionally autistic young man. And never hurt a fly. Rarely said much of anything. But almost always had a smile on his face. And, gained my composure here. I know the area where this happened. There was a single shot fired. And Joey died on the scene. He was pulled over for some kind of traffic infraction. They are not really releasing a whole lot of details right now. There's an awful lot of people that are pissed. Awful lot. And you know, every time I see something like this, every time I read about something like this, it cuts me to the quick. But I can't dwell on it because, you know, it's just really hard. Thanks, Grim. Oh, in any case, I know a lot of not personally know the officers in Hayes, but I've had dealings with some of those officers. They are the ones that need to be drop kicked through the goalposts of life. The ones I've had dealings with. Either me personally or a family member or a friend. The ones that I know of down there are assholes. Plain and simple. And, yeah, this is going to be investigated by the KBI. And, a lot of local people are commenting on that article. And there is one dumbass that pretty much shut up real quick. Cop says, stop, you run. Cop has gun. This may not end well. Well, fuck we had. Cop has gun means it's not going to end well. And right now, I have not a whole heck of a lot of charitable thoughts towards officers. Now, I know where I live, they aren't like this. I know that. Because we are a very small community, and trust me, myself included, we are armed well enough to hold our own. Every damn one of us out here. And the officers know that. And we aren't assholes, and therefore they aren't assholes. And vice versa. So, but when you start getting to the bigger towns, or the bigger towns that start thinking that they need to act like a big city, that's when the assholiness starts stepping up a notch. And that's what happened in my books. But I'm going to try and be happy now, because, I mean, I can't, that's going to be hard, but I'm going to try and remember, because, you know, I remember we took the kids for graduation. We took them about 90 miles south of here to a big play facility that had laser tag and putt-putt golf and a great big room where you could, you know, like a bounce room and all kinds of fun shit. And it was like their senior sneak, only the parents provided it for them. And the school let us take the activity bus down there. And we took all of the kids. And from midnight until 8 in the morning, we had the whole facility all to ourselves. And we played. We just played. And the thing that really sticks with me, I mean, besides the fact that my frickin' disposable camera didn't work for shit, and so I only got half the pictures that I wanted to take, was Joey was liked by everyone, but Joey was not comfortable with everyone, which is usually the case with autistic kids. Now, I have a way with kids like that, partially because my mom taught special ed for quite a few years there. And so after school, I would go where she was, the facility that was also a living facility for a lot of these kids, autistic kids, what have you. And what we did was we found what they excelled at, and we encouraged that. And so I just kind of had a way with a lot of those kids, and Joey could tell that, and so Joey and I kind of hung out whenever I was at school anyway. He would always kind of hang around. Well, he and his mom hung around close by me almost the whole night. And it was just so fun. I remember seeing him just laughing his butt off when he got me for the third time and I had to quit playing laser tag. He laughed and laughed and laughed. And memories like that, those are things that I'm going to have to keep running through my mind right now. And I have to also remember, he's just done with the meat suit. He's still here. But I do want that asshole that took him out to pay. I know that's vindictive, but damn it, Joey would not have hurt a fly. Not a fly. And there's entirely too much of this shit going on. I'm sick of it. We really need to figure out some way to not turn into those assholes and yet stop this shit. 'Cause it's way past acceptable. One person is past acceptable. This is beyond that. We have got to come together somehow and figure out a way to put an end to this shit. 'Cause just 'cause you got a shiny frickin' badge and a gun that's loaded doesn't mean that you can just use it whenever you goddamn well please. I'm scared. What's that? Where's that one? I think I saved one. Where is that? Officer involved shooting. There it is. This is from copblock.org. In Scranton, Pennsylvania. He feared for his life and shot a mannequin 67 times. This is the mentality that's got to come to a stop. Every damn one of us, whenever a cop car even goes by us, I know I get a butt pucker, and I shouldn't. At home, I don't. When I'm driving around town, I don't. When I'm on the highways out here, I don't, because I know, hell, most of the highway patrol live in the same town that I work in. The ones that patrol the whole northwest part of Kansas live where I work and where I used to live. So I know them all. I know their kids. I know their wives. But this shit has got to stop. There's got to be some freaking accountability. And I expect those in blue, those others that are wearing that damn badge, when you see this shit go on, don't cower behind that blue line. Step up and call them out. Don't let this shit go on. There are good people dying because someone's on a fucking power trip, has a gun and a badge. Like this moron in Pennsylvania. Across the country, there have recently been several initiatives to teach people how to comply with police officers to ensure the safety of both parties. Fuck you. Unfortunately, for one bullet-riddled dummy, one bullet-riddled dummy, these educational outreaches have not made their way into mannequin communities. And obviously, they haven't made their way into police communities either, as in, don't be so quick draw McGraw. Shortly after midnight on Sunday, an unarmed mannequin was seen loitering in an alley outside its former residence. Identified as a black male with a hoodie and no pants, police proceeded with caution to investigate. As soon as they got closer, it appeared that the plastic perpetrator was holding a weapon. They proceeded to bark orders at it, but probably because its parents did not spank it enough as a child, it refused to comply. At that point, officers had no choice but to protect themselves against the potential dangers of the man-shaped clothes hanger and fired a buttload of bullets at it. In order to protect officers against future inanimate threats, police have asked Macy's, who had been harboring the criminal, and other mannequin-frequented establishments to disassemble their dolls before unleashing their fury on the city's prized dumpsters. Meanwhile, officers have been encouraged to continue engaging in anxiety-driven fits of violence on pretty much anything that gives them the heebie-jeebies to keep police unions' dues up and group insurance rates down. In the wake of the incident, police supporters have attempted to dig up some dirt on the mannequin in order to blame its history for the police's actions. Despite their best efforts, they have been unable to dig up even a misdemeanor to justify the shooting. Thin blue line junkies were disappointed to learn that mannequins actually have no demeanor at all, let alone a missed one. Obviously, you guys didn't miss 67 times. I reached out to the mannequin's former colleagues to see if they could shed any light on the events, but they all consistently refused to comment. What are these delinquents hiding? Although I've attempted to tell the story with sarcasm and humor, it actually happened. Or, okay, maybe it didn't. But real news right now sort of screams BS, doesn't it? And there are no external links verifying this story, but it did trick even a habitual satirist like myself at first. And the fact that it was not at all difficult to believe is a lot about policing these days. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it's very sad. Because, yeah, that's a funny little ditty to kind of let you know that, yeah, you can poke fun all you want. And a lot of times that's what I try to do, is use a little bit of humor to get us past some of this shit that just flat ass ain't funny. Hi, Fudd. That's my brother. Oi. How you doing, dude? Did you get that video? I got that courtesy of Cowboy Tech, by the way. He's the one that initially shared that over in the, over here in the RLM chat, I believe. And Vinny, did I say hi to you earlier, sweetheart? If I didn't, hi. Now my nose is running. Gah. See? Damn assholes. Oh, well. What's that? Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a satire article or not, because, yeah, it could quite possibly have happened. But, hey, according to Cop Block, it is. So, we're going to go with that for now. but it really is a sad commentary that, people would read that and even think, yeah, that's true. Because how many times have articles like that been real? Things like that have happened. Yeah. Just yesterday in my hometown. Oh well. Moving along. Trying to perk myself up. Just a skosh. Notifications. I have notifications. I still have 325 stalkers too. Hey, Bo Diddy, how you doing this evening, darling? I hope you're doing absolutely awesome. Give your lovely bride a hug for me if you would, please. I know you will, 'cause I know you love her dearly. That's just the way you roll. Oh. Okay. Good deal, Vinny. Oh, what was that? Grim? Not satire? Well. Okay. Yes, a spoonful of sugar helps some medicine go down, and also gives me the heebie-jeebies. I really do not need that. Yeah, that one was satire. Yep. Okay. Not the other one, though. No, the other one was not. The other one was a sad reality. And one that I hope has a satisfactory conclusion. Although, how do you have a move along, Grammy. Joey's not gone. He's just not using the meat suit anymore. I'll chat with him later, I'm sure. 'Cause that's the way I roll. So, okay. Let me share that one over here on the effing site as well, 'cause it needs to go over here. Along with the cop block one. So, wow, I must have really got myself worked up. My ears are ringing. Oopsie. Okay. I gotta find just the right emoticon, so give me a sec here. 'Cause Grimmy is the man, and he loaded some really awesome emoticons over here on that effing site. Which, if you're not a member of freedomsnetwork.com, why not? Get your patootie over here. Dang it. Because it really is a very awesome site, and there really are an awful lot of very intelligent people sharing very informative things. So, yeah, you need to come on over and check it out. And I like it better than Fakey Book, but that's just me. Okay. And this one. And then I will be ready to move along. There we go. Going back to my pocket. Dum-dum-dum. Okay, here's another one. Seeing as how I'm in that mode already, I'm just going to get all of my evil spirits out of the building at once. And that way I will be cleansed. And I'll add them to you, because it's one of those, misery loves company, and therefore, hi there, come on in. No, I'm just going to poke fun at the assholes and make you think. This is from anonhq.com, and it was posted on the 13th of this month. Court quietly confirms MMR vaccines causes autism. Be very, very quiet. Shh. We're poisoning children. Yeah. Assholes. Assholio. Yes, I think tonight we're going to have to figure out who is the biggest douchebag out of everyone that I cover so far tonight. So far, my first story is where my money's at, but hey. Okay. After decades of passionate debate, parents probably miss the repeated admissions by drug companies and governments alike that vaccines do in fact cause autism. For concerned parents seeking the truth, it's worth remembering that the exact same people who own the world's drug companies, also own America's news outlets, and therefore also own every supposed elected tormentor in D.C. So finding propaganda-free information has been rather difficult. Until now. Hey there, Tessa. I see you've messaged me, sweetheart. Wash my hand? uh, oh, Vinny. Vinny. Where was I at? Oh, there I am. Dr. Andrew Wakefield, who is at the center of a 15-year controversy. He's from Austin, Texas, and it was Dr. Wakefield that first publicized the link between stomach disorders and autism, and taking the findings one step further. The link between stomach disorders, autism, and measles, mumps, rubella, or the MMR vaccine, which please check out, and I will find those links and I will share them, or if Cowboy would ever be so ever kind, or ever be so kind, however you wish to put that, get my turds wormed around every once in a while. Please share those links again by the good doctor, who is a chiropractor, which means he went to medical school just like everyone else, and then went an additional 4 years to major in chiropractic medicine as well. So before next time you call them a quack-practor, understand that they've gotten more training and actually learned the link between the nervous system and the rest of your body, how the spine is the communication channel for the whole body, how nutrition is vital, and every chiropractor I've ever met is very big on nutrition. So, as opposed to those MDs that just write you a script. Chiropractor, the script is a grocery list, preferably at an organic place, or a farmer's market. And organic is not always a good thing either. There, you got to watch out for that too. I'll share that video later. Excuse me. The last two videos that Cowboy shared today were dealing with skin as the largest organ in the body, which yes it is, and how to treat wounds, which also deals with digestive tract issues, because if your skin is the first place to let a doctor that knows what the hell they're talking about, they can tell, something's going on. Let's check internal because it's showing external. In any case, there are ways that you can deal with this and possibly reverse some of the disastrous effects of these nasty ass poisons being injected into your child's bloodstream with your consent. Granted, most of the time unknowing, but still. Yeah, talk about a mind fuck when it comes later. F-bomb, by the way. When you find out that you did that to your own children. Unknowingly, perhaps, but yeah. There's lots of things I look back on and go, wow, I messed my kids up big time. But you know what? They turned out okay. So far. Oh well. To carry on with this. For that discovery way back in 1996 and the subsequent research paper published by the doctor in 1998, Andrew Wakefield has found himself the victim of a worldwide smear campaign by drug corporations, governments, and media companies. That's because you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Don't bend over. And while Dr. Wakefield has been persecuted and prosecuted to the extent of being unable to legally practice medicine because of his discovery, honey, don't play by their rules anymore. I mean, you can't, according to one thing I just researched on, you can't even give medical advice or health advice anymore without violating a law. Fuck you, law writers. They're just squiggles and lines on a piece of paper. Ugh. Oh well. He has instead become the best-selling author, the founder of Strategic Autism Initiative, and the director of the Autism Media Channel. Bravo. See, that's when life gives you lemons, you turn around and you make lemonade. And then you spit the seeds at the ass munches that gave you the lemons in the first place. But in recent months, courts, governments, and vaccine manufacturers have quietly conceded the fact that the MMR vaccine most likely does cause autism and stomach diseases, which they are not really a disease. You know, that's that word game that they play with you. They call it a disease. And those that are in the pharmacological end of it, you know, your your friendly neighborhood pharmacist at Walgreens, pharmacists, yeah. They are in disease management. They are not in disease cure. They're in management. They wish to manage it to the peak productivity and profit margin. That's how it's being managed. Your health does not matter. If it can no longer be milked, you will just go to the wayside, which basically means they will just give you some more stuff that will feed their little profit margin a little bit more, and then you will expire. Collateral damage, anyone? There has been a grassroots outcry, though. It was a regular reader named Kathleen that brought this ongoing story to our attention. What? Fucking lawyers? Oh. Fuck you. Yeah, it is. It is. As in poking of assholios. I would prefer to do that with a 10-foot pole. That way I can stay away. So when the defecation does make high-speed impact with the rotary oscillator, I can stand off to the side. That kind of works for me. Okay. Oh, thank you ever so much, Cowboy Tech. Yes, those are the exact links. Yes, bless your heart. Even God hates Toto. God does not hate Toto. God is just saying them there people that live in Kansas, well, you don't have to be crazy to live here, but sure as hell helps. And when God sends down those fingers, you know, pointing, he's going, that fucker right there, that one, he pissed me off. Okay, so, and we can take it. You know, we stand outside and we go, oh, that was a good one, dude. Let's see another one. You know, and I do. I stand outside and I watch them. You know, I watch tornadoes too, because you know, that's what you do in Kansas. I have a few too many teeth to be on TV, but okay, I got sidetracked. Squirrel! Back to this article. It was a regular reader named Kathleen that brought this ongoing story to our attention here at Whiteout Press. When asked what her connection to the vaccine autism battle was, the young reader replied, I just researched it for a school project a while back and then stayed on top of it until I couldn't stand it anymore. I'm not a parent, nor do I belong to any organization, a mere outside observer. This reader isn't alone. The news that vaccines cause autism has spread across the U.S. despite a coordinated media blackout. She takes her concerns one step further, explaining that all I want is to see this information where the public can access it. I've looked everywhere, and no one gives this dire Wakefield situation even one small mention. She goes on to give us another motivating, Another motivation for her activism in Washington state, where I'm from, vaccines have become mandatory for school children, which is very frightening, which is also the big impetus to homeschool. Tell them, fuck you. Because you know what? They're already getting your tax dollars. Don't let them give you that shit of, well, we need you in the school system so we can get our tax dollars back from the state. No. I know how this shit works. Property taxes. There is a school levy on the property taxes. So even if you don't get money back from the state, you are still getting money because of property taxes. So don't give me that shit. I've been in local government enough to where I know how that crap works. Goes on to say, in December of 2012, two landmark decisions were announced that confirmed Dr. Wakefield's original concern that there is a link between MMR vaccine, autism, and stomach disorders. Which, by the way, stomach disorders, if your digestive tract is not working properly, you will not be working properly for long. That is a very important part of the body. Remember that. Even assholes are very important. They serve a purpose. It may be a shitty one, but they serve a purpose. Oh. The news went mostly unreported, but independent outlets like the Liberty Beacon finally began publishing the groundbreaking news. The website wrote last month in a recently published, wow, that's not very recent. Recently published December 13th, 2012, vaccine court ruling, hundreds of thousands of dollars were awarded to Ryan Mohabi, whose parents describe how MMR vaccinations caused a severe and debilitating injury to his brain, diagnosed as autism spectrum disorder, or ASD. Because don't you know, they love that alphabet soup shit, don't they? The Liberty Beacon went on to describe the second court ruling that month, as well as similar previous verdicts, writing that later the same month, the government suffered a second major defeat when young Emily Mahler from Houston won compensation following vaccine-related brain injury that once again involved MMR and resulted in autism. Now, these children have survived, and from what I'm finding, from what I'm looking into, there are ways to mitigate things. There are ways to actually possibly reverse some of these very dire side effects. Now, when you have other vaccines, you know that human papillomavirus, is that what that is? Gardasil? Yeah, that one's killing children right and left. And they're recommending it for younger and younger people now. Why? Because nobody wants their swill. Nobody wants it. So first they start recommending it for younger and younger people, even though they really don't even have to prove that it's safe for younger people, because once again, that's one thing that the FDA says supplement providers have to prove that, but drug companies do not. Can you say somebody performs well under a desk? I think you can. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and share this, because I think this is just about enough depression for me for one day. Poopy! And Fudd has left the building. Later, Fudd, I do believe I saw something a little while ago that you got some nasty big bada booms down in your neck of the woods. Obviously, big old kaboom in the sky is thinking, whew, there's someone over there I need to smite. So I hope it's not you, Fudd. Because you're actually one of my brothers that I really like, as opposed to a couple of my brothers that I just like. Oh, I love them all. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to put this over on the effing site as well, so y'all can peruse it. Once again. And see, this is where I really, really honestly believe that if they wish to be a selected tormentor in DC, they also need to sign a waiver that says, yes, I will wear a shock collar. And yes, I will suffer the repercussions of every time one of my supposed constituents gets pissed because I lied. I think that would just be absolutely awesome. I think that needs to be made mandatory. You guys want to make vaccines mandatory? I want shock collars for every selected tormentor to be mandatory. That's what I want. I think I'm going to start a petition. As if that's going to work. Yeah, right. Okay. Okay, let's put this over on Fakey Book too. And Fakey Book has been fucking with me the last couple of days. That's another one of my doo-doo-doo. It's been a Twilight Zone-y kind of week, you know. I've been posting things, and then I get these little notifications, cannot post at this time, or that post no longer exists, or, you know, some other BS little Fakey Book nonsense, censorship Nazi kind of bullshit. They're messing with me, which I'm thinking that's the precursor to me getting some time out from Fakey Book. What do you want to bet? Although, would I intentionally do that? Yeah, you can bet your sweet Bippy I would. I would push those buttons because I see a button, I have to push it. It's just a moral kind of thing, you know? It's a moral imperative. Yeah, that's the phrase I was looking for. Okay, and I'm going to do that. Oop. There, now they can see. I'm flipping the bird at y'all without actually flipping the bird. Okay, yes, I see I have another. Yay! Okay. Yes, Twitter, I see. Which I also did start following UCY.TV over on Twitter, so I haven't really seen a whole heck of a lot from them lately, but, you know, it's not like I'm on there a lot either. Earth, you need it more than it needs you. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. Mama Nature has been belly good to me. Mama Nature actually brought me out of my funk yesterday, even though I was mowing. Getting out there and, you know, when I was done and walking around in my bare feet and getting grass-stained bare feet, it was good. It helped ground me. It helped mellow me. I felt much better after that. And then I sneezed my head off because hay fever, don't you know? So, which meant I had to break out the oils. And then the sneezing went away. So, hey, see? My oils are very, very good to me as well. And they are Mother Nature's medicine cabinet. Okay. And speaking of Mother Nature's medicine cabinet, I'm going to go to this one. This is from InShapeToday.com. And a famous Russian scientist discovers the most powerful natural remedy. Now, I did kind of peruse this the other day, and I thought, damn, that would make a big batch. I would have to farm it out to an awful lot of people, which I have a large family, so hey, it would work. But the recipe of the Russian scientist, Professor, because there's entirely too many consonants all in a row. is considered to be revolutionary remedy, which is used to cure thousands of people from cancer. It's a food for treating the entire body, and cancer in that kind of body will withdraw. This is what he says in lectures. The secret is that this mixture cleanses the blood vessels, cures the heart, regenerates your immune system, and cleanses the liver and the kidneys. Ah, very important parts. It also improves brain function and memory, protects from heart attack, and leads to total recuperation of those who have suffered a heart attack or stroke. A lot of people are saying that this is the best remedy against all types of cancers. So, you don't need a pen and paper. There will not be a test at the end of the program. I'm going to share the link. The ingredients are 15 fresh lemons. Told you it was going to be a big batch. 12 cloves of fresh garlic. 1 kilogram. Is that really 1 kilogram? Wow. 1 kg of honey. 400 grams of germinated grain. Young green wheat is preferable. And 400 grams of fresh walnuts. I told you it makes a big batch. In 1 container, put the 400 grams of young wheat, pour with water, and let stay overnight. After 10 to 12 hours, strain the water with clean gauze, wash the grain, and again strain through gauze. That is to get any kind of, if they put any kind of weed killer or insecticide or any of that crap, you can wash that shit off. Add the drained wheat in a container and let it stay for 24 hours. After that, you will get wheat sprouts with length of 1 to 2 millimeters. Grind together the germinated wheat, nuts, and cleaned cloves of garlic. Grind 5 lemons with the peel and mix everything together. Make a lemon juice with the other 10 lemons and mix with the rest of the blend until the mixture becomes homogeneous. Add the honey and stir with a wooden spoon and pour it into a container. Leave it to stay for 3 days in the fridge and then you can start consuming it. So, how you should use it: you should take this remedy 30 minutes before breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and before bedtime. If you use it for treating cancer, take 1 to 2 tablespoons every 2 hours. That's if you're using it to treat cancer. He says that the recipe guarantees healthy and long life, cures cancer, preserves the body freshness, youth, and energy. I wonder if it will do something about the smile lines that I have acquired. Nah, because I smile too much. So, I just keep putting them back. This remedy contains all the necessary vitamins, mineral salts, bioactive substance, protein, carbs, and vegetable oil. Therefore, it improves the performance of all internal organs and glands, which keeps the body healthy, and it all leads to curing the cancer completely. So, I may just have to try that. I just might have to try that. Finding the wheat is going to be a wee bit difficult because they just harvested out here a couple months ago. Let's see. I got the walnuts already, and I happen to know people that have walnut trees, so that I can handle. The honey, I can get the honey too, because I happen to know someone about 60 miles from here that is a beekeeper and does sell honey. So I can get the honey. Garlic, not a problem. Lemons, get those at the grocery store. I got this covered. I may have to make me up a batch just to see. Nothing else. Maybe it'll pucker me up or make me sweeter or maybe not. But hey, I'll try. Let's see. Oh, yes, and it is UCY's fourth birthday today. Yes. Congrats, Jules. Um, that's one thing that sadly, if WT would have gone another month, I think we would have been celebrating a fourth as well, but it didn't, and so we missed it. Damn it all. And you know what? I don't feel bad. Hey, JJ. JJ? Is JJ here? Let me see. Nope, I don't see him in the list. Okay. I thought maybe JJ was over here. Because I did PM JJ. Um, let's see. Cool. Okay. Number 2 is Astro Boy. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I did share it there. Let me share this over in that effing site really quickly. Or maybe not so quickly. Hi, Michael. Yes, I saw that. Did you know the Federal Reserve made a Facebook page and it's getting destroyed by trolls? I think that's hilarious. I really, really do. I think I'm going to have to go to that link. Yep. After I share this. And I think I will use a Nurse Bones emoticon actually for this one. Why? Because, hey, she's got a little prick in her hand and where'd she go now? I have to find her first. I know she's here, Grimmy. Okay. There she is. Oh, no, she doesn't have a little prick. She's got one of them boogie suckers. Oh, man. I could have used one of those earlier. Ew. Okay, Michael. Let's check this shit out, shall we? Excuse me. I will put this little cure over here. I'm wondering how many of my posts, because I'm finding that an awful lot of my posts over on Fakeybook are not being seen. I wonder why. Which is why I put a lot of them over on my bitch page too. Although it's not getting any activity of late either. Something sounds very, very fishy. Okay. Post that. Now, back to. This is on antimedia.org. The Federal Reserve Bank is well known for its secrecy. Yes, we don't have to show you our records. You can't audit us. We are a private entity, but don't let that get out to the masses, the lemmings, those Pokemon fanatics. Yeah, don't let it get out to them. They might actually get pissed that we're actually loaning you guys money, and then for every dollar we loan you, we create 10 more, and then we bill you interest on top of it. They may not like that. This may be one of those instances where the monolithic buildings that we hide, cower, whatever you wish to say, in those might actually come tumbling down because there will be pitchforks, there will be molten tar, and there will be lots of feathers. In an attempt to reach out to the people it claims to serve, the monolithic bank just created a Facebook page. And it's probably really regretting that decision. Ooh. Unlike Twitter, where the Fed decides which comments to reply to, and therefore which show up publicly on its page, its public Facebook page, launched Thursday morning, is not as restrictive. In fact, the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System page has been relentlessly trolled since it went up. The Federal Reserve Bank was originally crafted largely by bankers, including J.P. Morgan, Chase & Co., and it has never been fully audited since the Federal Reserve Act was passed in 1913. Yet it enjoys an omnipresent status in the United States. As the Fed's Facebook page points out, over the years, its role in banking and the economy has expanded. And thank you ever so much for that, because y'all have done a splendiferous job of getting us close to scraping the bottom of the barrel so we can finally see, dude, if we go any deeper, we will be on the underside of the barrel. We gotta start swimming towards the top again. This is bullshit. People have protested the banking institution since it was created, but it remains one of the best guarded, most opaque industries in the country. Opaque? Wow, that's not necessarily the term I would have used, but hey, I didn't write this. A congressionally mandated audit, like that's going to carry a whole shitload of weight with those evil bastards, by the Government Accountability Office in 2011 found that the Fed had loaned out 16 trillion with a T dollars to big banks around the world. As noted by Senator Bernie Sanders at the time, this is a clear case of socialism for the rich and rugged, and you're on your own individualism for everyone else. Thank you, sir. Can I have another? No, not really. I'm just shitting you. Sanders' press release highlighted a more specific conflict of interest. For example, the CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase served on the New York Fed's board of directors at the same time that his bank received more than $390 billion with a B in financial assistance from the Fed. Moreover, J.P. Morgan Chase served as one of the clearing banks for the Fed's emergency lending program. I'm thinking this hand licks this hand, which washes that hand, because, yeah, you got those butt lickers licking your hands, you're going to have to wash them. Ew. In 2012, the Federal Reserve earned $80 billion in profits. The gap between rich and poor in America had already grown substantially in the preceding years. At least one official from the St. Louis branch of the bank admitted the Fed's signature policy of quantitative easing had failed to help the recovery. Now, see, I told people way back when the defecation made impact with the rotary oscillator, back in 2008, back when Bush was doing the bailout bullshit, which they did another one right after he went out of office, but few remember that. It was a double dipper. Yeah. And you can't tell me that shit wasn't set up a long time ago. Well, you can, but I won't believe you. In any case, I told people, and I actually sent an email to my congressman, and I got one of those lovely little form letters back from him, which I knew I would, but I did it so I could print it off and show it to my mom and show it to people around here and go, see? I actually contacted my congressman, and look at what I got. Yes, Vince, I washed both my hands before I touched that. But in any case, in the letter that I wrote to my congressman, I told them, if you want to get us out of this slump, if you really want to stop the United States from going into a recession, here's an idea for you. There's 300 million Americans in the United States, right? Or some thereabouts, 300 million, something like that. So, every head of household in the United States, I don't give a shit if they're here legally or not. Every single head of household in the United States, you take that $700 billion and you divide it by that number, which it worked out to, depending on whose figures you used, anywhere from $28,000 to $32,000. that the government would give to every head of household, tax-free. You would not have to pay any kind of tax on that because, hey, you're getting your money back, basically, because the government is just saying, oh, here, we fucked you over for how many years? Let's give you this back and see if you can boost the economy because we obviously suck at it. Like that's going to happen. But I included that in my letter to my congressperson. And I told him, you give that money back to the people, and yeah, you're going to have a percentage of those people that are going to stash it. I will be one of the percentage of people that stashes half of it, and the other half I will either pay shit off or buy something. However it works out, it will stimulate the economy. Even if people just pay stuff off, because that was one of the arguments that I'd heard from people. Well, what if people just pay off their bills? Oh, well, let's see. Okay, people pay off their bills. That means that they have more liquidity every month. That means that they have money. They now have money that they can spend on, superfluous bullshit that they didn't have money to spend on that previously. Superfluous bullshit like groceries. Or, medicine. Ooh, hey, there's some superfluous bullshit. How about it? Let's go on a real spree and buy another tank of gas and actually go visit family. Woohoo! Yeah, that's superfluous bullshit, but it is still boosting the economy a hell of a lot more than giving it to the son of a bitches that caused the problem in the first place. That was my idea. I got a form letter in return. And you know what? I don't think I have either one of them anymore because I was so freaking disgusted. I did a cleaning spree on my computer. But it really pissed me off, and that's the same congressperson that when he came home for a town hall meeting, I questioned him about executive orders, to which he responded with the typical DC bullshit. And oh, drat the luck, he lost in the primary this year. Apparently, people don't like being responded to with the typical BC bullshit when you come home for a town hall meeting and they ask you honest, pertinent questions pertaining to what you're supposed to be doing, assholeo. Oh well. I don't feel one bit bad that he lost. He'd been there for, I think his advertising campaign said, I have 28 years of experience. What the fuck? I'm thinking it's time for retirement. Although, sadly, we're going to be paying for your retirement as well. But get your ass out of there, douchebag, because in those 28 years, you ain't done dick for any of us out here. So, 28 years too long, if you ask me. But that's just my personal opinion. Or maybe not. Hey, Froggy! How you doing, sweetheart? Welcome aboard. Road dog, your legs are still crossed? Ooh, that's a smart move. I'm on a rant tonight. I feel like ranting tonight. Ranting tonight. Thank you, Grammy, for the beer. And, I actually do have some in my fridge out in my shop. I think I'm going to have to go and get me one after the show. I think I'm going to need one after the show. Okay. Hillary announces that she will shut down Breitbart if elected. Fuck you, bitch. Oh, excuse me. Did I say that out loud? Yeah, I did. Oh, my goodness. I'm actually getting just a wee bit overheated. I thought I was done with my hot flashes, but apparently not. I think it's time to turn on a ceiling fan. Whee! It's getting a wee bit warm in here. Okay. Hi, da frog. Okay. Where am I at? I'm lost. I'm so confused. Uh-oh. Oh, I got notifications over here. Thank you once again, Michael, for that lovely link. That's just amusing as hell. I think I'm going to have to go to their page over there on Fakey Book and do a nanny boo boo. Pull your head out of the dog do. Well, hey there, Fraser. How you doing, sweetie? Ah, Entity for Truth is online. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? He does some really cool shit, and he's a hell of a writer, too. He's a new member over here on that effing site. And he actually accepted my friend request, which is like, oh, wow, holy shit. I have him fooled, don't I? That's quite possibly so, Fraser. Could quite possibly. He commented over here. Let me see. I got one more. One more. One more, and that's it. I've said that a time or two. Pretty much just like that, too. And then I got drove home. I'm thinking my 50th birthday and my 51st birthday. And part of that was because my youngest daughter was mixing the drinks. Note to self, never let her mix my drinks again. Holy shit. Actually, I haven't let her mix my drinks since then. I've mixed them myself, so I have no one to blame but myself. So, okay. Put this over here. And then I got to go to that trolley page. Oh, this is going to be a massive tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. Why? Because I'm just sick and wrong like that. Okay. Now, where is that? The link is in there, isn't it? I think that's the link. Let's go see. From the board of the directors, what economic goals does the Federal Reserve seek to achieve through its monetary policy? Flushing the whole nation down that great big old sewer line that you guys have opened up in D.C. That's your goal. The only problem is there's an awful lot of us out here that are going, fuck you. We want nothing to do with your goal. We're going to go ahead and do our own thing out here, if you don't mind, and even if you do. It's called the barter system. It cuts you completely out of the equation. How's that sound? I like that idea. You know what? I'm not seeing a whole hell of a lot. Oh, it's the comments. Y'all need to go over there. It really is funny. Okay, I'm going to share this. Man, sweetheart, you're fugly. Sorry. That just came out. But you are. It's something to do with being an evil, maniacal tyrant that brings the fugly out in people. Have you noticed that? I have. I'm just... Did anyone say shotgun? I have one. That's all I'm admitting to. Yes, Frog, I am. Yes, I'm feeling much better. Earlier I was not in such good humors, but I'm feeling much better now. Vinny, you beat me to it, you little snarkaroony. That's it, young man. You're going to go to the corner and I'm going to have to spank you later. Like you wouldn't enjoy that, you sick little man, you. Oh, well. You're just lucky you live so far away, or I would spank your ass. Just saying. I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. What's that? What are the odds of surviving a FEMA camp? Is that a trick question, Fraser? I'm just curious. Sounds like a trick question to me. Okay. Where's that? I gotta find just the right one. Oh, yeah. Here, we'll do this one. Do that emoji. And where's my $ guy? My grubby butt munchy guy. There. I have another notification. Yes. What did I do this time? Was it good? Was it good for you? It was for me. I feel a whole lot better. Uh-oh. Fraser's commenting again. All right, darling, bring it. Bring it. Oh, I'm going to try it too. Just don't poke you in the butt, Vinny. Oh, honey, sweetheart, I don't have the proper equipment for doing that. Not going to happen. But I do have a paddle, and I have licorice whips. Oh, goodness. Wow. Okay, I'm going to go dig around in my pocket for a while because there's got to be something in there besides mental lint. Just saying. Um, oh, damn. Come on, people. Do I really have to see Shitlery 24/7? Stop with the sharing her. Trust no one was right. All they want you to feed the ego. That's what it is. Every time you share their shit, whether it's positive or negative, you are feeding their ego. They are attention whores. Stop giving them the attention that they wish. Just ignore them. They're being obnoxious little brats, little butt monkeys, and we just need to say, okay, we're not going to pay attention to you anymore. And you know what? Every time when they have one of those Yertle the Turtle moments where I am king or queen of all that I survey, just belch, because that'll shock the whole tower that they're standing on, and they'll fall down face first in the mud. If you don't know that reference, it's Dr. Seuss, by the way. And I actually, one of my first broadcasts, I actually read that on the radio. Why? Because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, as if I know what I'm doing now. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to another one because I am feeling particularly peckish this evening. And this is a lovely one where, it wasn't just howdy doody George Bush that was being a total butt munch. Daddy Bush was as well. Aside from, being with the CIA, he also did other shit like this one right here. This is from althealthworks.com. And it was actually posted August the 11th of 2015, but I just saw it the other day and stuck it in my pocket, and now I'm going to share it with you. There is rare footage that shows George Bush's 1987 visit to Mont Satan uttering 7 infamous words that would change everything. Proponents of genetically engineered crops would have you believe that we've been modifying food for thousands of years. There is a difference between modifying and cross-pollination. There really is. But the truth is that these lab-created GMOs are far different from traditional hybrid crops and have only been found or have only been around for a few decades. And if not for intense lobbying, aka performing well under a desk, on the part of St. Louis agrochemical giant Monsanto, GMOs might have never even seen the light of day in the United States. Alternate history kind of things, don't you think? Oh, if I could turn back time. Thank you, Sheriff, for that one. In 1986, with countless millions at stake, 4 executives from Monsanto Company paid a White House visit to then Vice President named George H.W. Bush, with the goal of gaining an important ally in Washington. Monsanto watched to secure its spot on the deregulation bandwagon being driven by the Reagan administration at the time. 1 year later, Bush took the bait and paid a visit to the company's headquarters for a media event that included personal time with the company's scientists and reps. Monsanto's reps wanted Bush to help them get their dangerously untested GMOs to market and pleaded with him to help make it happen. What Bush said in response gave rise to a culture of blissful ignorance and irresponsibility that allowed Monsanto's controversial Frankencrops to spread virtually unopposed ever since. And what's a really sad consequence of that is a lot of the farmers out here where I live are really starting to feel the pain from Monsanto because crop prices are down big time. There's an awful lot of farmers that are not going to be able to meet bills this year. Had record crops and prices are record drops. They're really hurting. And it's because a lot of countries don't want our shit. Which is where I saw an article earlier today about the was it the Air Force admits to modifying weather? Huh, really? Well, as if we didn't know that already, darling. But, yeah, so I'm thinking these crop failures that are going on around the world that you keep reading about of late. Yeah, somebody's tinkering, don't you think? Yeah, so they can get rid of our shit that nobody wants to eat. Nobody, anywhere around the world, wants our shit. Seriously. George Bush to the desperate Monsanto, he said, "Call me." With countless safety and regulatory hurdles to overcome, the Monsanto company found itself in a tough position in 1987. Did I already read this? No, I hadn't. They desperately wanted to begin testing their GMO crops outdoors, but needed the go-ahead from D.C. to do it. And yeah, I see a lot of their signs as I drive to the nearest place that has a big grocery store to do grocery shopping, which is 22 miles from where I live. But, yeah, see a lot of their signs. And they're the ass munches that we have to have your crop now because it's across the road and the wind blew from our direction to yours, and so it cross-pollinated, and so you're trying to steal our secrets, and so we get to have your crop now. And if you think that's funny, if you think I'm bullshitting you, I'm not. It happens. There are lots of cases of that shit going on. In any case, to continue with this. Originally, Monsanto planned to introduce their GMOs slowly, but grew frustrated and instead opted for an aggressive policy of eliminating what White House hardliners called bureaucratic hurdles, like health and environmental safety testing. Oh, those nasty hurdles, stuff that says, well, if it's not good for you, we really don't want that shit out there. Which, brings to mind, before I forget about it, because squirrel, I have those moments. Did you know that in Monsanto facility cafeterias, they do not serve GMO food? Did you know that? They do not serve food that has been treated with Roundup. You can also look that up, too. I'm not doing your homework for you. You got to do it yourself, peeps. You don't even have to believe me if you don't want to. That's fine. But to go on with this, the health and environment safety testing were Monsanto's key problems. That was as narrated and directed. Marie Monique Robin notes in the video clip below from the movie The World According to Monsanto. Which, yeah, there are lovely little clips below this. In the clip, Bush meets with Monsanto reps as press cameras flash in the background. One scientist explains the basics of how these GMO foods are created. We take DNA, cut it apart, mix different pieces together, and then rejoin them, splice them back together, he says. This tube contains DNA that was made from a bacterium. Bush responds with a question. So, this will lead you to have a stronger plant, or a plant that will lead you to, with a question mark. And in this case, it resists the herbicide, the Monsanto rep says. And then another rep adds, we have a fabulous herbicide. Yes, you do. He was, of course, speaking about Roundup. So, in other words, they spliced it to where it would be tolerant of a poison. And, that's not passed on to the humans. No, It's not passed on into the food chain. But you have animals that are consuming a product that has been modified to be able to handle a poison applied directly on it. And then that animal is then slaughtered and put into the food chain for human consumption. So I'm thinking that whole you are what you eat thing, guess what? And there ain't even 6 degrees of separation on this shit. Only 2. Only 2. Yeah. Roundup, the product whose main component is glyphosate, was just declared a probable human carcinogen. Now, they're going to put probable in front of it. Why? Because Monsanto also owns the World Health Organization. And so, in order to make it sound more like collateral damage, they're calling it probable human carcinogen. Thanks to studies done overseas, by the way. Later in the clip, you'll see Bush laugh and utter the 7 famous words, excuse me, or infamous words. Call me ... that gave rise to an era of total freedom for the GMO industry at the expense of the consumer. Bush would eventually become president, and at the end, as his own VP Dan Quayle reveals the real reason why GMOs were fast-tracked in the United States, even though other countries were still banning them. Yeah. Makes you feel all wonderful inside, don't it? To know that our selected tormentors are doing a bang-up job of giving it to us without any lubrication whatsoever. And no, autistic is not stupid. I have a nephew that, oh cripes, I can't think of the particular autism that he was diagnosed with, but that child is freaking brilliant in areas that he is interested in. If he's not interested in it, he really could give 2 shits less. And he also has a lot of trouble with social skills, shall we say. Computers hate you, Vinny. Well, sweetheart, you're supposed to stroke them nicely. You're not supposed to punch them. That's the way it works. Okay. Hello again, Mary B. Did you fall out? I'm finally catching up in the chat over there. Okay, I'm not laughing at this other thing, but yeah, y'all need to check that shit out. I haven't watched the video yet, but I'm going to go ahead and share it anyway. Why? Because I can. Okay, dang, I have been at this for an hour and a half. Wow. Good news travels fast, or time flies, however you wish to put it. Okay. Do I need to find something fun? I think I probably do. I think I've been a ragamuffin for an hour and a half. I need to find something fun. I need to be not quite so cantankerous. And then again, maybe not. I don't know yet. I'm going to go to the pig real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and close Twitter because Jesus Palomino, people. Oh, holy shit. Damn. I closed Twitter and here comes another link that I'm going to go to it because, yeah. But holy fuck me running. That guy's ugly. I'm talking about Soros, by the way. Woo. Hon, you got lost in an ugly forest and it all collapsed on top of you. Just putting that out there. This is from investors.com in their political section. A bizarre media blackout of hacked George Soros documents. Yeah, let's go there, shall we? Seeing as how I had to look at that face, I really got to perfect my mental etch-a-sketch. There's some things that, wow, just can't be unseen. Leaked documents released a few days ago provide juicy insider details of how a fabulously rich businessman has been using his money to influence elections in Europe. Oh, I think influence elections is a very polite way of putting that. Wow, talk about understatement of the millennium. Yeah, also underwrite an extremist group. Oh, there's another. Wow, this whole article is going to be understatement of the millennium, I'm thinking. Oh, wait, there's more. Target U.S. citizens who disagree with him and, yep, you guessed it, dictate foreign policy and, yeah, for just $19.95, he's also trying to sway the Supreme Court ruling, among other things. Damn, Billy Mays would have a good time with this one, wouldn't he? Sorry, Billy, you passed on a little bit earlier. You could have read this thing. You'd have had a good time. It's pretty compelling stuff, right? It's pretty much, yeah. And so, tell me something new. So, if it involves leftist billionaire George Soros, as in this case, the lamestream press couldn't care less. Actually, they could care less, but you really don't want to go there. On Saturday, a group called DC Leaks posted more than 2,500 documents going back to 2008 that it pilfered. Oh, pilfered is such a harsh word. How about made free from that dingy dungeon in cyberspace? Yes, let them out to see the light of day. Fly and be free and share your information. Yeah. They pilfered those from the Soros Open Society Foundation servers. Well, y'all were just hiding them, and those really needed to come out. They were longing for their freedom. And see, that's the first step. You give the information freedom, and then people will follow after. If they actually partake of that information, consume it, digest it, use it for brain food, and then grow some huevos and do something about it. Which I don't see happening anytime in the near future, but hey, there's always hope. Since then, the clap, or the corporate lame-ass propaganda machine, thank you, Grammy, for that one, or system, I should say, corporate lame-ass propaganda system, the media have shown zero, nada, zip, zilch interest in the gold mine of information. See, to me, information is way more valuable than money. Because if I have information, I can earn money. Or I can earn something that works just as well as money, like cut out the middleman and just barter. Hey, you know what? I know how to fix that. Yeah, let's work out a deal, shall we? We couldn't find a single story on the New York Times, CNN, Washington Post, CBS News, or other major news sites that even noted the existence of these leaked documents, let alone reported on what's in them. Indeed, the only news organization that appears to be diligently sifting through all the documents is the conservative Daily Caller, which as a result has filed a series of eye-opening reports. Wowzer. Eye-opening is awesome, especially if it's that third eye, but mind-blowing is even better. Because, man, you get that third eye pried open and blow their mind, whew, shit's gonna happen. So what could possibly explain the corporate lame-ass media's disinterest? Well, is the problem that the material is too boring or inconsequential? Yeah, right. As we noted in this space on Monday, the leaked documents showed how Soros's far-flung international organizations, the web, that he has his tentacles or his spidery webs plucking. Yeah, he's attempting to manipulate Europe's 2014 elections. Well, imagine that. The list of European election 2014 projects details over 90 Soros efforts he had underway that year. Oh, he was just donating to causes that he thought were very, very viable. Uh huh. They would up your profit margin, is what you were donating to, hun. We know. The documents reveal that Soros has poured nearly $4 million into anti-Israel groups with a goal of challenging Israel's racist and anti-democratic policies. Really? I thought you kind of supported Israel as well, asked Monkey. And yeah, Israel needs to get a comeuppance as well. So here at home, they show that Soros proposed paying the Center for American Politics $200,000 to conduct a smear campaign against conservative activists. Oh, that's just pocket change. Hell. Hold my beer while I whip this out. Egad. More recently, in October of 2015, a document came to light showing that Soros's Open Society U.S. programs has donated $650,000 to invest in technical assistance and support for the groups at the core of the burgeoning Black Lives Matters movement. I'm wondering just exactly what all is entailed in technical assistance and support. What am I jumping on, Vinny? Batshit crazy? Yes, I am. Thank you very much. What? What? I don't run very well, Road Dog. And anybody that has seen me run, sweetheart, they usually fall over laughing because, yeah, I'm not the most coordinated person in the world. I have bad knees, too. So, there you go. I don't run. I just stand there and go, okay, damn it. If I'm gonna, yeah, what the hell. Say hello to my little friend. I do have a couple of those, by the way. Since then, several BML protests have turned violent. Well, yeah, I'm continuing on where I was at when I was so rudely interrupted by Mr. Vincenzo. Who was giving me shit once again. Hun, you and me. Going down. Gonna be a smackdown going on, hun. Okay, you need to get on the dork table again, Vince, and you and I need to have a little banter. Just for shits and giggles. How's that sound? Can you come on the dork table? I'll be on tomorrow. You can come on the dork table and we'll have a little verbal tete-a-tete and have everybody pee in their pants. We will be the Depends will be our sponsor. They will love us immensely because everybody will have an issue with incontinence by the time we're done. Want to do that, Vinny? Please? Or not. You don't have to. No biggie. Whatever you wish. In any case, back to this. Yeah, BLM protests going. BLM, big, large movement. That's what I'm thinking. Because, yeah, BM is a bowel movement. So you put L in there, and that's a large one. That's one that clogs the sewers. Yeah, that's what that technical assistance was, I'm sure. The same document details how this group successfully used its extensive networks to pressure the Dangleberry administration into increasing the number of refugees it would take to 100,000, despite concerns that Islamic terrorists could use the refugee program to infiltrate the U.S. Okay, this is where I have a brother that's going to get quite miffed with me, and he always goes, oh, bejeebus, every time I say this. But I've got to put this out there. I think half of the quote-unquote Islamic terrorists out there are not Islamic, but they are terrorists. I think the half that are Islamic are useful idiots, are dupes that have been talked into because of being useful idiots. I think the other half are operatives. They are moles. They are people sent to cause disruption and to bring more to the cause, if you will. So, Yeah. That has whole Islamic terrorists coming in on the refugee program. Although I don't doubt that there will be some people with tendencies, those with intentions to do harm, will come in through the refugee program. I don't think all of them are Islamic. Just my opinion. A separate memo details how Soros tried to use his clout to sway the Supreme Court justices into approving Dangleberry's unilateral effort to rewrite immigration law. Grantees are seeking to influence the justices primarily via sophisticated amicus briefs and media strategies in hopes of securing a favorable ruling in U.S. versus Texas, which Texas is big enough. Texas can just say, kiss my ass, and they do have that. I believe I read that somewhere not too long ago, where it is in their constitution that they reserve the right to secede from the union if they deem it necessary for their own safety and security. That's not the actual verbiage, but yeah. Don't push them. Texas will do it. I know people from down there, and people's crazy. They're almost as crazy as we are. It's just there's more of them than there are of us. Anyone with this much power and influence demands close media scrutiny, particularly when he has extremely close ties to the would-be next president of the United States. Would be, should be, could be, possibly, already been determined years ago. Shitlery was selected, and although it's rather difficult to find, there is video footage of her saying, "It's my turn," when asked. There is footage out there. I've had it, and then it's been deleted, and I keep thinking I need to just frickin' download that, and then something happens, and I go squirrel, and yeah. Next time I find it, I'm definitely downloading it so that I can upload it when it gets deleted again and go, booyah, I'm back. Because that's the wonderful thing about the internet is when you put something out there, and that's what I tried to tell people when I had WT, you put something out there, and then you instantly have poster regret. You know, like, oh, fuck me running. I shouldn't have put that nudie picture out there. Duh. That's a given anyway. But, you know, and then you delete it right away. Well, in that little hesitation between, yeah, he'll really like me if I post this, to, oh, holy fuck, I shouldn't have done that. In just that little hesitation time there, probably 20 people have already downloaded that picture. So even if you deleted it, too bad, so sad. And there is a particular individual that I will say I know and love, but I do not like. How about I put it that way? Of the female persuasion that had that poster regret, and it was not me. Trust me, it was not me, because really, seriously? No. 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 No way. Wow, the thought just terrifies me. But yeah. She had certain attributes, let's say. She don't like me anymore. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, I'm not naming names, but I'm thinking there are some people out there that know exactly who I'm talking about. Oh. Then hush. Okay. So, back to this article. Where was I? Okay. Anyone with this much power and influence demands close media scrutiny, particularly when he has extremely close ties to the would-be next president. Okay, I already read that. Damn it. Pete and Repeat were sitting on a bench. Pete fell off. Who's left? Repeat. This year alone, Soros has given $7 million to the shitlery supporting Priorities USA Super PAC, and a total of $25 million to support Democrats and their causes, according to Politico. And when Soros speaks, Shitlery listens. The cankle queen quivers. And then she sharts. And there is evidence of that as well. A separate email released by WikiLeaks shows that Soros giving what reads like a step-by-step instructions to the then Secretary of State, Shitlery, on how to deal with unrest in Albania in early 2011, including a list of people who should be considered as candidates to become an official mediator sent to that country. I would be terrified if Shitlery sent me to a country that was having some kind of internal strife. Whew. That woman would eat your liver while you're watching. Days later, the EU dispatched one of the people on Soros's list. Well, imagine that. Excuse me. Thomas Lifson, who is writing in the American Thinkers blog, said that Soros got the U.S. and other accomplices to intervene in the internal affairs of a sovereign state. How is that not huge news? If Soros were a rock-ribbed conservative who reported Republican candidates and supported Republican candidates and causes, you can bet that a swarm of reporters would right now be lustily tearing into these documents. They would be wanking off with those documents is what they would be doing. And once again, ew, I'm sorry. And they would be going through those determined to expose any and every shred of evidence of influence peddling and misdeeds. But since it was Soros, who is a hardcore leftist, he apparently gets pass. Yeah. Maybe they just look at him and go, dude, you are so fugly. Holy shit. You're even fugglier than Kissinger. And that's evil soul fugly. Wow. Oh, well. You know what? I am just about out of time. What the hell? Oh, Lord. Here we go. I am going to go check out This Date in History really fast. Just because. It's a Freaker Friday. And then I'm going to have to get my ass out of here. Because, yeah, I'm short timing it here. This date in history, August the 19th, 1871, aviation pioneer Orville Wright. He was born and begins the long road to Kitty Hawk. It was a really long road because there weren't no flights yet. And there weren't even cars yet. This date in history, 1941, humor-challenged umpire Jocko Conlon goes, "You're out of here," when Pirates manager Freddie Frisch comes out on the field to ask for a rainout holding an umbrella. Some people just have absolutely no sense of humor whatsoever. And finally, this date in history, 1951, one of the most inventive individuals in baseball, the unpredictable Bill Veeck, makes a small lineup change and sends in 3'7" midget Eddie Goodell to pinch hit. Damn it, that was before my time, so I couldn't have seen that. That would have been funny to watch. Oh well, that is over on pigazette.com. Please go over there and see those guys, and if you do send them an email or something, tell them Grammy sent you. Over there, I'm Pigster Grammy. I'm Grammy whatever. I'm Grammy all over the place. Oh, well. Y'all have been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3, or the RLMRadio.xyz link, or RLM Radio on TuneIn station or the RLM internet radio station or the RLM Spreaker channel. See, we're everywhere. We're everywhere. Excuse me. Later on this evening will be Grimner and Moose Girl with the Freakers Ball, and I do believe this evening Solomon will be calling in. Am I correct, Grimmy, on that? I hope he is. I actually plan on staying up. I will remind you again, Road Dog, and sorry, see you, love you, bye, hun. You never tried to unpost? Well, it's not good when you unpost, honey. Post and unpost. Did I share that already? Yeah, I did. Never mind. I won't do that. Okay. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Time is Solvanor with the Solvanor event over on ucy.tv. So be sure to check that out. What he's reading again, and I'm like, wow, crap. I totally spazzed it off. Okay, and then directly following Solvanor over here on RLM will be Flasharoonie and myself, Flash Dork, and Grammy Dork, and whoever wishes to call in, and we will be doing the Dork Table. Then tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, I believe, or is it 4 o'clock Eastern Time, is Kira with the Bridge. Then tomorrow evening is Bo Diddy with some bodacious tunage over here on RLM Radio. Sunday at noon Eastern Time. Yup, it's Solomon night. Thank you, Grim. Sunday, noon Eastern Time, which is 11 o'clock my time, is Grimmy with the Blues, leading you into Hal Anthony and opening up a can of whoop ass behind the woodshed. So, I will be back next week, Wednesday, same baddie time, same baddie channel, and you know what? I still have some time, so I'm going to, yes, Vinny, you made me look, you turd. Let me see. Can I find one more silliness? Just a quickie. I need a quickie. Where's a quickie? Here, quickie, quickie, quickie. Shut up, Vince. I know how you are. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. This'll warm the deepest chambers of your heart. I'm just going to kind of touch on it really quick because I'm running low on time. This is from naturalnews.com. Argentine farmers dismantle Monsanto facility in an act of defiance and refuse to continue being poisoned. Booyah! Booyah! Kick their ass, take some names, or actually don't leave your name at all. A coalition of farmer activists and citizens have successfully stopped the expansion of Monsanto seed facility in Malvinas, Argentina. Tired of being poisoned by GMOs, the activists managed to stop construction of the plant by descending on the property in masses and refusing to leave. Residents of an Argentinian town have forced one of Monsanto's half-completed GMO seed plants to be dismantled, says Christian Sarich, who is writing for the Underground Reporter. Activists have been marching, petitioning, and talking to the government as well as Monsanto for the last 3 years, now to urge them to disallow the company's latest expansion. It's a multi-million-dollar genetic modified seed plant. And you know what? This is awesome. This is what needs to be done. Just go in and take it apart. Just do it. Stop petitioning the selected tormentors to stop beating us so hard, to stop poisoning us. It's what they get off on. Stop petitioning them. In other words, take matters into your own hands. Do not get violent with people, unless they start it, but go and dismantle their shit and disrupt their supply chain. It can be done. It can be. So, I'm going to go ahead and share this, and then I think I'm going to get the heck out of here because I think it looks like Atrax is wanting to play some tunage here on Memory Hole. Uh-oh, Julius. That's not cool. Well, yes, I did, Atrax. I talked about that on Wednesday, hun. Um, disassembly is wonderful, and I think that's what we need to do. Wow. Thanks, Cowboy Tech. I will have to check that out here in just a bit. Oh, well, y'all have an absolutely awesome rest of your evening and a totally splendiferous weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. But I will be back tomorrow like a bad penny. So I guess I will let you go to have some more fun. I truly do love you all, and I wish you all enough. And I'm sending out my sympathies to Joey's family and to his friends. And I hope to God the ass munch that took out your meat suit